What's up guys, Dr. Ray here coming at you with another video, and today we're just going to go over some general yield farming tips and go over some of my all-time favorite farms that I'm in. Like you guys know, I love yield farming, but before we get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please hit that notification bell, and leave a comment below. Thanks. Okay guys, so we're going to talk about mainly yield farming today, but before we go into that, what I need to do is just a general overview of what sort of platforms you can do farming on. So everyone knows that you can do farming on Ethereum, right? That's where originally most yield farming came out, starting last year, really, in what we call DeFi summer. And then more recently, recently being, the last 6 to 8 months, 9 months, is when yield farming really started to take off on Binance and what we call the Binance Smart Chain. So Ethereum and then BNB. Right now, in the last couple months, we're really seeing, and actually really just in the last couple weeks, we're really seeing yield farming starting to take off on other chains, right? And the ones that right now I'm most aware of and that are the most premier and have the most yield farming opportunities are the following three. So the first one, and this is in no specific order, okay? So the first one is Solana, okay? And I've spoken about Solana before, and Solana has a few different options for yield farming, okay? The second one is, let me find it. It's Polygon, which is right here, or what was formerly called MATIC. So MATIC, Polygon, the names are interchangeable. Sometimes I call it one, sometimes I call it the other, okay? And the final one that we'll talk about is one that I've mentioned in previous videos, and it's all the way down here. Where is it? Phantom, okay? So those three are really the next up-and-coming areas where we're going to see farming. So that's not to say that yield farming is dead on Binance. I think yield farming is still amazing on Binance, and there's tons of yields to be gained. It's not that yield farming on these other platforms or blockchains gives you more yield. It's a good way to diversify your positions, right? You can gain exposure to these other coins while also still farming, which is really what I like to do, okay? Okay, so let's talk about Solana first. So really on Solana, I would say there's not too many options, but the one that I mainly use is Radium. Okay, so the reason why Radium is great is because you can gain exposure to the Solana ecosystem, and Radium is kind of an all-in-one platform. So it has an IDO launchpad where they'll do initial offerings of coins, and you can contribute whatever amount you want here, and then when the IDO ends, you'll get allocated tokens. So they have that. They have staking where you can stake your Radium, the native Radium coin in the Radium pool. They have regular farms and pools where you can pair up your tokens. In the pools, basically what you're getting is simply, this is just an estimated percentage of earnings based on the estimated fees on what they think it would be over a 1 year period. Whereas in the farms, you're actually getting a stated, more accurate APR that you're earning. So as you can see, I have some stuff in this Ray Soul pool. They also have these things called these fusion farms. So the fusion farms are basically where you're getting dual earnings. So you're getting, in some of the pools, you're getting like Radium and you're getting this token. So you're getting two different tokens. Whereas in some of them, you're just getting one token. So in the STEP USDC, you're just getting STEP as a reward. So there's different options on here. Again, like I said, if you compare this to kind of the APRs that you can find on Binance, you can definitely find better returns in other areas, but that's not the point. The point in here is this allows you to get exposure to a different ecosystem, so you can hold their native coins while also farming if you want to. Okay, so the next one we'll talk about is MATIC or Polygon. So you have QuickSwap here, which is the main DEX on MATIC. And then you have a few different options. So with MATIC, what you're going to find is if you're surfing through the Telegram groups, you'll find that there's so many different farms on MATIC. With MATIC, you're going to find the same issue with BSC, is that there's a lot of scams out there, a lot of rug pulls, a lot of problems. So you really got to do your due diligence and make sure the pools that you're going into, or the farms that you're going into, that there's some legitimacy to it, that they kind of meet your criteria and your check boxes, and they meet your risk criteria for the ones you want to enter. Because I've seen like a lot of rugs already on here, and that's the concern with MATIC right now. It really has that BSC vibes right now, where you can get rugged, or you may not. But there's definitely a lot of devs that are coming on MATIC. I'll show you. So this is one of them that's a pretty good project. It's called Polycat, and so far it's pretty good. No red flags really so far. But again, with any of these, you gotta always do your own research. Because things can always go south. So you're gonna see basically these farms look the exact same as the ones on BSC. So Polycat's one of them. It's really one of the main ones I'm in. There's also Black Swap. This is a different one. It has similar pools, WMATIC pool, WBTC pool, ETH pool, all this has the same vibes as typically a BSC farm with the deposit fees and whatnot. So, just the different options for you to kind of, if you want to hold some MATIC, this is kind of the places you can put it. All right, and then we have, again, the one I always keep mentioning, Phantom. So Phantom, again, this one to me seems like it's the most likely to be a strong contender to BSC. And hey, I think Binance feels that, because still they're not letting people withdraw Phantom, right? There's only a limited window every day that they're letting people withdraw it, and it seems like they really shut off that withdrawal faucet. So it's hard to get funds in. There are options like bridges in that, but the bridges are congested, and I heard of some people waiting up to 24 hours to get their funds through the bridge. So it seems like it's getting harder and harder. The Phantom Foundation does seem aware of that, and I think they are going to try and drip more Phantom into some of these bridges to get to kind of try and help people on board onto the Phantom network. Because right now, I mean, that's the main issue, is just getting people on is the problem. So again, Spooky Swap, definitely one of my favorites. They have some amazing pools. The APRs are dropping, but what can you expect as more people get in on this, and more people are putting their funds in here? That's just going to happen. The other one I like is Spirit Swap. So, as you can see, 159 million TVL in here. There's a lot of people in here, because why? It's a good project, right? These aren't projects that, it doesn't seem like these projects are gonna rug. Now that doesn't mean there's no risk. That doesn't mean things can't still happen, but that's just the vibes I'm getting so far. And then of course Hyperswap, another one. They got a lot of pools here, a lot of different options. Their native token, the Aurora token, and their other native token, the Ori token. There's those pools. There's USDC pools. There's a DAI USDC, so I didn't even see this before. This must be a new pool. So these guys, they just keep adding new and new pools every day. The only downside with this one is there's a 1% deposit fee on any LP. So again, 1% isn't too bad, right? Compared to some farms on BSC, you're paying 4%. But this is similar to their BSC based project. So Hyperjump also has a BSC farm, and they also charge 1%. So it's not like their rates are super high. It's just, it's 1%. So you wouldn't want to hop in a pool if it's paying you a really low rate, and then you're already paying 1% off the bat. But even then, after you pay that 1% off, then you're good to go, right? And if you hop in, even if you hop in, say this BTC Phantom pool, it's 257 APR, so you're making 0.7% a day. So after about a day and a half, you've paid off that 1%. And so if you're gonna be sitting in here for a couple weeks, 1% isn't that big of a deal, right? So again, like, it's not that these farms are necessarily better than BSC, because you're going to see similar APRs. Like, there's lots of farms on BSC where you can get much better APR, right? It's just that this is giving you options. So if you want to hold Phantom, then it doesn't have to just rot in your wallet. You can stake it if you want to, and get earnings off that, and then be exposed to the Phantom ecosystem. So that's really the main benefit. Okay, and then I just want to shout out a couple of BSC farms, the ones that I think are kind of the better ones right now. So Walt Finance, definitely one of the better ones right now. We have Ape Swap. I don't think it's gonna load. We have Ape Swap, Panther Swap, definitely a good one. They're going through a migration right now though, so as you can see, they're saying in 13 hours they're going to be migrating their LPs to their Panther LPs. So I wouldn't hop in this one right now. I would kind of wait and see like what happens with this. Other good ones. There's Wheat Finance. Again, doesn't seem like this one's going to load. And then, you know, there's of course the stables like Pancake Swap. Bakery Swap, another good one. The only downside with this is the APRs are pretty low on this platform, but the benefit is you can get exposure to the bake token. So if you want to hold the bake token, because look, the thing with Bakery Swap is it's essentially the premier NFT platform on BSC. So that's the benefit of it, is you're getting exposure to the bake token, right? So you can buy it and then stake it. So the APRs are pretty bad, but you know, one other place you can stake it is if you go on ApeSwap. On ApeSwap, you can stake your bake token. You have to pair it though, I think, with BNB. So that's the only issue with that. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a couple of farms that I've been checking out, show you a couple of the other ecosystems, and I'll drop some other videos in the next couple days. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it, and I'll see you later. Thanks.